This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup. We're right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma on a beautiful Southern California Sunday. We have a great guest for you from the Shogun. Captain Rene Montegudo is coming in. So you stay tuned. This is Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Introducing new Power Pro Max 8 microfilament braided fishing line. It's built for offshore anglers seeking smooth casting and control. Power Pro Max 8 features an 8-carrier Spectra HT construction that cuts through current with ease for precise vertical jigging with a 25% thinner diameter. Available in white and metered 4-color for trolling spread control and precise jigging depths. It's stronger, smoother, and thinner. Power Pro Max 8 is now available at your tackle retailer.
Power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Our batteries deliver unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power, packed with cutting-edge technology like Deep Sleep to eliminate phantom draw. Built with rugged BCI-compliant cases, they're designed to handle the toughest conditions on the water. Stay in control with the Norsk Guardian app. Monitor performance, track battery health, and unlock advanced features right from your phone. Charge with confidence using Evotech onboard and DC-to-DC chargers for fast, efficient, and hassle-free power management. Designed for maximum compatibility, these chargers keep your entire system running at peak performance, so you're always ready for the next trip. With a 10+ 2-year non-prorated warranty, you can trust your batteries to perform for years to come. Our industry-leading warranty ensures you get the most out of your investment. With dedicated customer support if you ever need it. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your custom system at NorskLithium.com or visit Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood. Norsk Lithium. No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, man. It's going to be a fun morning with Captain Rene, the Shogun, en route right now. I'll be here just in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Stoked to have Captain Rene in here this morning talking Shogun, and it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, a little chilly this morning.
Oh, dude, you're not lying.
43 at my house this morning. I can't imagine what it was like in Rickyville.
I didn't look, but it was cold.
It was cold. Yeah. Well, it's Santa Ana conditions, crystal clear air, and just beautiful.
Yeah, waking up to days like this when it rained a little bit yesterday, everything's nice and clean, and then that just blows out clear. And crisp. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And man, that fishing was so good again yesterday. I was so bummed I didn't look at my phone in time. Brian from Fisherman's Landing shot me a text just as he sent it to me before we went off the air, but it was so close I just didn't see it. But yesterday morning, so the show ends at 9, at like 8:50 something, he shot me a text and said, "Hey man, just so you know, that because we'd been talking about that crazy good bonita fish that had happened yesterday. At that time, before 9 o'clock in the morning, the Dolphin had 200 plus on board already. So
and they just left the dock. I watched them leave the dock at 6:30 this morning. So put the number on that. Right?
So cool, man.
It can't be far away. It's got to be very close.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, it's Mark's report kind of hit it best. He said it's between 2 and 10 miles up. Between 2 and 10 miles off the beach from below the border to above Orange County. You know what I mean? And that whole stretch, you'll find little bands and pockets. And, I just think you get yourself offshore, get yourself a pair of those TSX, binos from Baker.
TSX 1440s. Yeah.
the ones you were talking about.
$175 off until January 11th. So you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you better get on it.
Yeah. Get a pair of those, get yourselves a couple miles off the beach and just, maybe put out a feather or a Pala and start glassing around, see a couple of birds dipping and diving. You're probably going to get a jig strike and away you go off to having a blast.
Yeah, for sure. So are you looking for birds? Are you looking for breezers? What are you looking for?
I think all the above, I think you just get yourself out a couple miles off the beach and keep your eyeballs open and, let the conditions tell the tale. Like start looking at a troll at a speed where you can still look pretty well and cover a little bit of ground and yeah, just let the conditions point you in the direction that you need to.
Yeah, for sure.
Follow the birds around, look for water, look for fish, look for all that.
Water.
Sounds like there's a lot of it around.
A lot of it around, and which is a great sign. I mean, just the health of the ocean right now is just really great. Now, what about? Okay, do you think that bluefin's still sitting on the Cortez Bank?
I would bet so.
I'll bet.
I would bet so.
We got a little blow. I mean, it was 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right here, I know, and offshore it must have been a little fresh out there.
Yeah,
too,
I mean,
but it came down. The ocean's flat again.
Doug always loves saying, over the years that it's usually not the first system from the north that knocks it out. It's usually the second or third, or like, a back-to-back get hit, punch real hard. And I know that, local Bonita off the beach doesn't tell the tale of offshore fishing, but it was a good sign. If anything, we went right through those little weather systems that we had, and that fish on the beach is still right there and biting. It's going to bite again today. So I would hope and bet that offshore fishing is probably the same thing. I bet if you went out there and had some time, I bet a guy would go make a catch.
Yeah.
If the Tribute was off and running, I bet they'd be on him right now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Now, Royal Polaris is on a 5-day. Maybe we'll hear from Captain John down there and we'll see what happens.
That'd be cool.
But I wonder if that stuff's still on the Ranger Bank down there.
I hope so. That's been such fun fishing.
Yeah.
And that's
a good 5-day.
These after Christmas trips have really morphed into something special over the last few years. For a long stretch of time, the after Christmas trip was a longer freezer filler. You caught reds and lings, and maybe you had a shot at yellowtail up or down the beach somewhere, and that was that. And then the Guadalupe era happened, and Guadalupe fishing was so good, and those 5-day trips turned into epic big fish trips at the loop. And then the bluefin cycle really got rolling, and they've turned into excellent bluefin trips. So those trips have been really cool, and I just hope that tradition continues. It's a cool time of year, and it's such a sleeper of a trip. They don't always book out as fast as some of the other ones do, and sometimes there's a lighter load on them, but it's so cool, and it's a relatively easy time to sneak away from work. Not a ton of business happens in between that little stretch of Christmas and New Year, so a guy that's maybe often too busy in the middle of summer can maybe sneak away for a few days and get in on some rad fishing. Yeah, for sure. Independence I saw left yesterday. I'm not sure how many day trip they were gone, but probably a longer one. I would bet. And Captain Brian, I'm sure, is going to put the guys on the fish. Those guys do a great job. That boat is such a beautiful boat, man. You see that boat? It's a big boat. It's a ship. It's a big ship. Yeah. So it's good to see the long range guys back out on the water there, and that again, that local fishing. So what was the hot gift in the tackle shop this Christmas? Tackle was fun this year, and with long range fishing, there was a lot of that. So gift wise, I would say, I hate throwing accolades because he's such a good bud of mine, and they do he's such a good job. Brandon's 2 fish jigs, that was really big this year, and I think it's because they're just starting to really flirt with a lot of different avenues of where you can buy them, and their popularity's really come up. Matt Brala's done a really good job with their social media and getting them pumped out, but they're starting to meet demand, so that was really good. We had been talking a little bit on the show about a cool reel that we've been, converting a little bit, and that's that Osea Jigger 4000. Right. It's a really, really cool, dedicated jigging reel, a true knife jig style jigging reel that Shimano makes. And the attributes of it are really good for what we like in yo-yo jig and wahoo bomb fishing. But there's a couple of modifications that you need to make it less jigging reel and more wahoo yo-yo jig. And so we've been doing that a little bit, and that's been a really popular one. It's a little outside the norm, but it makes it really cool. Sure. So that reel in its stock configuration, like as a jigging reel, it's got an auto engaging to put the reel into gear. So just like your bass reel, when you're in free spool and you turn the handle, your Tranks or your typical bass reel, it clicks itself back into gear. Well, that jigger does the same thing, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's got a lot of handle on it. And when we're fishing a wahoo bomb, you're throwing something that's pretty heavy. So if you can imagine, you make this big arcing cast, if that handle continues to kind of rotate around from the effort of, because it's not made cast, as a casting. Exactly. Reel, yeah. It's made for jigging. You're supposed to kick the thing out of gear and let it fall straight down. So when you make that big cast with that jigging handle, it can sometimes be enough, rotation that handle kicks over and all of a sudden your reel goes into gear in the middle of your cast. And that's never good.
Yeah.
Casting things off. So we get rid of that.
How easy is that?
Easy for somebody that does it. You know what I mean? It's not something that I can.
Is that something that they do at Fisherman's Landing, or they could do over Dana Landing? One of the guys
for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it requires somebody who's, when it was back in the old days of a Penn Squitter and a Penn 500 and a Newell 332, I did 100% of my own reel repair.
Yeah.
These days,
it's more.
Yeah, I mean, there's Trinidads and Talicas. It's not that they're impossible to work on. It's two factors. They just don't need it. In the old days, when you would go on a 5-day trip, you always had your Plano box full of drag washers and dog springs. I mean, it was not uncommon to rebuild your reel during the trip. You have a couple of really good days of fishing, you're going to smoke a set of drags in your 4.0.
Sure.
You just don't even think about that in Italica now. You seasons, but anyways, it's not a difficult repair. It's just beyond somebody that's got my skill level. So.
Sure. So take it into your local tackle shop. They should be able to pull it off, and then you said the handle needs to be interchanged.
I mean, it probably should be interchanged. It's got a big jigging handle on it, and you just can't really get your mitt around that and turn the handle real fast. It's better as better to put a Trinidad handle, which fits just directly into place.
But also, I forget our guest that said that just drop it down one notch.
Yeah, that's what Carl said. Yeah,
I
still think if you were wanting to make that thing the bomb Wahoo reel, that's probably the move. Get that T-bar style handle off, put the ball handle back on. It just fits your hand better when you're winding fast.
Makes sense.
That other big power handle is awesome for exactly that if you're pulling on a big fish. But if you want to make that thing the kick-ass Wahoo yo-yo jig reel, do that.
That sounds like a good day. Good morning, Captain Rene.
What's up, fam?
Hey, great to have you. Good to see you. Good to see you get up close and personal with that mic. All right. Great to have you on the show. And boy, I like that new sweatshirt, man. Those are
thank you.
Good. Yeah. Perfect for the camera. Colorful. Yeah. So, Shogun, what's been going on, man? You guys had some great trips this year.
You guys had this year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good season. It was lots of fun. The last handful of trips, the longer ones it was really, really fun fishing down there. A lot of Wahoo, good tuna fishing.
The grade of Wahoo was so wild this year too. Every time I swear you backed that boat back in, it was just, dude, they were big ones.
There were some big ones. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, we definitely got some like 80+ pounders.
That's wild.
Whoa.
That was huge.
80-pound Wahoo.
Yeah. It
was
crazy. I haven't seen those in a while.
And you had trips where you had 100+ Wahoo, right? That's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Well,
it was fun fishing.
I know kelp patty fishing for Wahoo was never the thing, but this year it was, right?
This year it was definitely it definitely changed this year for us. I mean, we normally get them here and there, but it was a thing for sure for a couple, like almost a month there.
It's got to be fun too, like just a level of anticipation when you or one of the boys up top, like, hey man, I got one. Like you're in Wahoo country and you're in the right water and they're around, and all of a sudden somebody calls like, dude, I got one. I got a big one.
I got a big one.
Go right, man. I got the one. Like there's got to be a level of just really licking your chops, knowing like, okay, this looks right.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Ah, that's cool.
So was it the sinker with the Cheeto wrapper on it that worked best?
Those Wahoo bombs were definitely hitting this year. Cool. We got some on the surface iron too, but yeah, like every time we'd stop, those bombs would definitely be a thing.
That was the thing.
And that's fun too, because it can be, when Wahoo fishing's tough and scratch, it can be just you get one on a troll jig, maybe there's one on a bomb, but like it was casting and chucking and winding.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So tell us about the Shogun. One of my favorite boats in the fleet. Love fishing on the Shogun with you and the guys on the boat.
Well, thank you. Well, this year maintenance is pretty much, we're going to start maintenance here next week. We're going to be doing like a new generator. We're putting a new generator on. We're going to be doing some upgrades in the galley. Down in the staterooms, there's going to be a little bit of another. We got to fix up some of the vanities and stuff like that down there. Probably put some different carpet up and just do some of that stuff. So
yeah, a little bit, not a ton of maintenance.
it's not huge, but I mean it's going to be
It's a real project.
yeah, in the engine room for sure.
Yeah.
She's such a comfortable boat. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the boat is just so right for the type of fishing that you guys do. The staterooms and the space in the galley, and it's such a comfortable boat to get to go fishing on.
It's very comfortable, I think.
And solid. Being steel, man.
Yeah.
When you get into some weather with that thing, it rides.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's the boat you want to be in when the weather comes up.
Yeah, it doesn't snap as much. Sometimes it does, but not very often.
Yeah, for sure. So when are you going to be back out fishing?
I think we're going to be starting after maintenance, probably mid-March or the end of March or something like that. We're going to try to do a couple of, I think, some rock cod trips and then start off that way.
Sweet. Yeah.
And who knows too, with the way that this bluefin is, it seems like you guys in particular, that often seems to be part of your deal is a couple of short trips real early in the season. And those trips that intended to go for rock cod fishing, next thing you know, you have a good morning on cods and just poke offshore. And with as early as the bluefin's been around the last few years, who knows what those turn into?
Exactly. That bluefin's probably going to be popping up, right?
It hasn't gone anywhere, right?
Not really. I mean, there's some down there past that Ranger, by the Ranger and all that. But there's definitely still some around here.
Yeah.
Take it.
No question.
For sure.
So Shogun is it's a 92-foot vessel. Is it a pool boat?
No, Ted Dunn.
Ted Dunn, that's right. Ted Dunn
built that one. Yeah, it's
was it built at Pool Boat Yard?
I believe it was.
Yeah. And that's why the difference between aluminum, like the Royal Star, the American Angler, or the Polaris Supreme, versus steel, right?
Yeah.
Because Ted wanted a steel boat.
He wanted a steel boat, definitely.
Yeah.
He made that thing like a sailor.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. With his tuna background.
Stout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stout. Yeah. So how many day trips do you normally do? What's your kind of normal schedule?
We start off with 3-day trips, 2 to 3 day trips. There's some 4s at the beginning of the season, and then as it gets later, we do some 7s, 8s, and in the towards the end of the year, it's 8 to 10 day trips. So I'd say anywhere from September to almost December or December, we do those 7 to 10 day trips. And I don't know, at the beginning of the year, there's a lot of back-to-back 3-day trips, and I think it's good because it gives you an extra day if you miss the first night or first day that you're out there looking for that bluefin. And
those trips seem so popular too. It allows a lot of people on the boat, and we sure at the tackle store we hear about it a lot. Because the boat's in more frequently. It's a lot of people on and off, and it's like you said, it's the longest trip in the short range. It gives you more time, and you get multiple nights at it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the beginning of the year. I think lots of these guys are doing short trips, day and a half to 3-day trips is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
And then as you head into the spring and fall, you do some 7s and 8s. And
yeah, we have a June 8th day that's pretty popular. That's one of our favorite trips. We take a little break from bluefin fishing and slide down and fish for yellowtail and whatever we can find down that way.
Nice.
I'm sure after multiple months of nighttime bluefin, yo-yo jig fishing, I'm sure the crew is probably ready for some civilized daytime fishing at that point.
Definitely. Yeah, it's one of the fun trips.
What's your favorite trip?
I like going down. I like fishing bluefin, but I like going down and doing multiple, days down there and looking for yellowtail, for tuna. It's kind of, it's just fun, just doing different things, not grinding the whole night up, but it's definitely fun when that bluefin's biting.
Yeah.
We enjoy that too.
I think you guys do such a good job of creating a unique atmosphere on the boat when you're fishing. The crew is young and very enthusiastic, and just the atmosphere that your guys are able to create is really, really cool on that boat. It's unique and a really good time, and it's fun. It's a really fun boat to get to be on.
Yeah, these guys they're doing a good job. Got some new guys on the boat that are younger, but they're pretty fun on the deck with the people, and yeah,
kind of buy into the program that you guys that you guys create.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. Rene's a wealth of knowledge. I've fished with him many times on the boat, and he knows his stuff and knows how to catch fish, and he can help you catch some fish on your trip too.
We're going to be having a great time this morning. If you want to join us, talking fishing on the Shogun, man, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call this morning at 833-288-0973. That's how you reach us on the fan. Kyle standing by this morning again. 833-288-0973 is how you join us. And we're going to be having a lot of fun talking Shogun and having Captain Rene in the studio. Also, you can send us a text if you want to text in your question to the show. That's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download if you don't have it already. If you missed Tim and Marilee yesterday talking Fisherman's Processing and Royal Star, it's a great show, easy to listen to, or if you miss a show in the future or you just want to catch something from the past, all of that's available on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And it's the only way that you can text in your questions to Captain Rene today. When you do, make sure you include your phone number and a little bit of contact info. Just a name and a number is all we need in case you win the big prize at the end of the show today. And man, what a cool prize are we going to get to give away today?
Yeah.
A boat that Rene is also very familiar with. Somebody's going to get to go fishing on a full day trip on board the San Diego at a C4 Sport Fishing. So one lucky caller or texter is going to win a full day trip on the San Diego. And I always love giving away a AAA because you'll be one of the first to have a pass burning a hole in your pocket when that boat comes out of maintenance and looking good and looking shiny. And so that'll be a really cool opportunity for one lucky caller to go full day fishing on board the San Diego.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure when they come out of maintenance, Captain Ryan and Captain Matt will be the first guys on the yellows. So
sure. They usually are, no doubt about that. Well, again, if you want to join us, man, we're going to be having some fun. 833-288-0973. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading those texts. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Everything about Katmai Lodge is first rate, and it should be on the bucket list of everyone who enjoys fishing. This is Brandon Bono. My visit to Katmai Lodge is an experience I will never forget. Constructed on the banks of the Alagnac River in Katmai National Park, the lodge is a fishing dream come true. The experience is incomparable. Whether bait casting, spin, or fly fishing, you'll find king, sockeye, chum, coho, and pink salmon, plus trout, grayling, char, and dolly varden. Their guides are amazing. Days are exciting and fun with hot lunches and snacks served on the river. The brown bears, bald eagles, beaver, otters, and other wildlife you see is amazing. The lodge staff is great. There's complimentary wine, beer, and appetizers before a fantastic dinner every evening. Take it from me, a trip to Katmai Lodge should be on your list. For information, visit katmai.com or call 1-800-330-0326. Once again, that's Katmai Lodge, KATMAI.com.
Here's the hot tip on the best fishing LA has to offer. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. They are home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnight on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Sea Angler. For your own private charter, we have the Outrider and True Line available. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or on the web at 22ndstreet.com.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, giant lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
The holiday rush continues at your San Diego County Ford dealers. The Ford year-end sell-a-thon is on, now through January 2nd. Get our best offers across the most popular Ford trucks and SUVs. From America's best-selling Ford F-Series truck for 48 years to the capable Bronco family of SUVs. Even the all-electric standouts like Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. Get ready to power through whatever the season brings in a Ford. These are the season's biggest biggest savings on an incredible selection of Ford vehicles. Visit your local San Diego County Ford dealer today.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Again, Captain Rene from the Shogun joining us. We're going to be talking fishing and having a great time doing it, man.
Yeah, this being our very last show of the new year.
That's right.
Can you believe that?
Dude, I can't.
Next show is going to be 2026 next year.
I've officially hit the age where everybody talks about years just flying by. Like, I remember when you were a kid in school, it's like, man, how on earth could this take any longer to get through? Like, I feel like I'm officially at the age, right? Years over. Like, how the hell that happened?
Right?
2026? Like, what is happening right now?
So we were just talking about the PCS show.
Yeah.
And that's coming up in March. Both shows, a new San Diego show this year in mid-March, and then, of course, the PCS show in Costa Mesa in the beginning of March. And Rene, you were saying you're going to be hanging out in the booth up there?
Yep, I'll be at the booth, and I think
Fisherman's Landing booth?
Fisherman's Landing's booth, yeah. I'll be there.
Fisherman's Landing does a fun booth. It's a 20-foot big booth, and there's often your favorite captains like Captain Rene up there getting to hang out and see everybody. And it's everything from just shaking hands to old passengers to booking a 10-day trip, and everything in between. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course, you guys are going to have your giant booth there, right at the front of the building there.
Yeah, same
in Costa Mesa, and then a big booth in San Diego too, right?
We have a big presence at the Orange County show, which we really like. As you enter the kind of cool sport fishing building, we're the first thing that you see. But San Diego, we're really excited about. It's the hometown show for us, and we are over double the size in the new Del Mar show than we are in Orange County. So we're really excited about that. We'll have a lot more space and a lot more stuff, and we're pumped. We think it's going to be we think San Diego's going to be a really good show.
It's going to be a great one.
Bill has a really unique ability to make those shows really cool, and I think that he has done a fantastic job with the PCS show in Orange County. What I'm excited to see in San Diego is, they've already like hit capacity in Orange County, and they know how successful it is, but like San Diego gave them an opportunity to like start from scratch, like knowing how big they grow shows. Like, they've got a lot of space to get to work with. So I'm pumped. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
No question about it. And I'm really excited about our little row at our booth. Of course, Queen Charlotte Safari, Valerie will be, and then right next to Valerie will be Let's Talk Hookup booth. Wayne and Tommy P and Dave will be manning the booth along with myself. And then right next to us will be Corey Sandin, an MC swim bait booth.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool to have Corey right next to us. So that'll be the first time he's been at that Costa Mesa show.
Corey hasn't been at any of the shows in a number of years. So we're really pumped that he's going to be there. And Corey's going to have a lot of cool baits, like, exclusive type stuff. And we're going to work real close with Corey and kind of carry all of the hardware that goes along with it. So, hopefully you'll go to Corey's booth and score all the right baits for Cedros and things. And then we're going to have like we're still in the planning of it, but we're going to have like a dedicated section of, hey, he likes this Gamakatsu weighted hook for this swim bait. We're going to have like all of the things that pair with his baits. We're going to try to build like a unique MC swim baits hardware section.
I mean, you think, it's not till March, but that's just a little over 2 months away.
I mean,
it's going to be here before you know it, right?
It is.
That's when,
just like the end of maintenance, right? It's like you have to get a lot done, right, in that short amount of time.
Quickly.
But at least you don't have to paint, right?
No, we're not going to paint that much. We're going to do a little bit of spot painting on the tank and do a little bit of deck work and stuff like that. We haul the boat out January 14th, so we'll be at the yard for a couple weeks.
Couple weeks at the yard. Where do you do that haul out here?
Marine Group,
and down in Chula Vista.
Chula Vista.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those things that during the season, multiple weeks or a couple of months, it's like, oh man, we got so much time, we're going to be able to knock it out. And I'll bet as soon as that thing comes out of the water, it's like we got a lot to jam on.
To do, yeah.
What's the Shogun way compared to like the Royal Star?
I believe it's at least 100 ton boat. So, I really don't even remember off the top of my head what it weighs. It's got to weigh.
There's a lot of boats.
A lot of boats.
It's a lot.
Being steel weighs a lot more than aluminum.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no question. Well, hey, phones are packing up. You want to get through? Kyle standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
Dan from West Covina is going to get us started here on Let's Talk Hookup. Dan, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. And since this is the last show of 2025, I thought it would be most appropriate to ask our patron saint and Pied Piper of Albacore of Southern California, Pete Gray, when What is your prediction? When will they show up next year? I've got my own prediction, but yours is the one that matters.
They're going to be here the 15th of June.
Okay.
All right. How's that sound?
So for those that don't know, I will fill, and most do at this point. For those that don't know, Pete is the last standing fisherman out here that predicts albacore for next year.
Yeah.
And we'll call it what it is. He's been wrong a whole bunch of years in a row,
Like
but
every
you're the
year.
last guy left. So that when they do show up next year, you will officially be the guy.
That's right.
We can go back on today's
Yeah.
show when Dan called and be like, Pete, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you they were going to be here
Yeah.
this year. Like, you're going to be the guy that's right at some point.
But at this point, with all the bluefin and great fishing we've had, I mean, albacore is kind of a thing of the past, I think. But I'm still going to predict it, June 15th. Mark my words, right?
That sounds
That's
good.
a
You
good
never
time
know.
for
It could happen, right?
Definitely
It's a
can.
good
As
time
Ron
for
Lane
it.
would say, it could happen. Yeah.
It's going to happen again at some point. That
Yeah.
that cycle will
could
be
happen,
honest.
yeah.
It
Well, think about the
not
look at the,
could, it will.
Look at the
Like,
bonita. I mean, the bonita fishing around here, just crazy. And when I was a kid, bonita was the thing, right? That was, of course, a long time ago. But I mean, we used to catch bonita like we're catching now, right? Just all over the place. And we caught albacore back then. So maybe there's a relation. I don't know.
Yeah. It
You
could
never
be
know.
for sure.
The one
Cooler water.
thing, the one thing is that the fishery is sure alive and well. And
Yeah.
Rene, I know you got a lot of buds at Commercial Fish, and we get a lot of info now. With the guys in the tackle store, with Dylan's dad being involved in the fishery with JJ, and I know you have Joel scheduled to come on the show, Pete, in a couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
that fishing for those
Captain
guys
Joel
this year.
Ralston
Yeah, right.
next Sunday.
There you go.
Right here, the second show of the year. Actually, interesting shows next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, Matt Shanley from CalTip is going to be here.
Ooh,
And
okay.
it's something that Wayne set up. Wayne Cotto, our great co-host. And Wayne, this guy is the guy that talks about CalTip and the whole program that California does, and tipping off poachers and stuff like that, which is so important. But super cool guy, and taking his time away, and he's a state employee.
Cool.
So coming in to talk. And then next Sunday, watch out, man. We're gonna have to batten down the hatches
Strap
with
in.
Captain Joel Ralston. Are you kidding me?
Strap in.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a cool weekend.
But all I'm getting at is the fishery is so healthy. Like
Yes.
those guys killed
it this year.
Walloped them this year.
This
And
year
that
was a good year for them, for sure.
that fish is around. Like the fish are, us not catching it has no bearing on how healthy that fishery is. They're just not here. And at some point that cycle is going to change and that fish will be in our backyard again. But
It was really cool to hear your employee Dylan at the tackle shop talking about going to fishing with his dad JJ and going albacore fishing, and how fun that was. What an experience that was.
it sounded so much fun.
Sounded really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was really
Have you ever
cool.
done commercial albacore?
Not commercial albacore, no.
No.
But we've got all our friends that do it,
Yeah.
like Bobby, Aaron, JJ. They said it was epic this year.
Yeah.
the
Good for them.
The fun. We'll have to we should have Dylan in here to give the report, but it was so funny hearing him talk about some of the things, just how wild that fishing was. And one of the stories that like stuck out to me so much, he was, he sent us pictures and obviously like cool deck shots of all the fish. But my favorite was he sent us a picture of a piece of plywood that had like 4 holes in it. And like nobody could get what the reference was. He goes, "Oh, that was like a canopy that was, above us, that just like protects us, whatever, when we're in the rack." And they were like, all the holes were above him because he was the new guy, and they were all from the scampi or the squid, like when they were pulling a fish overboard and the lift pole's all fully bent over and that fish is coming up and the fish shakes just right and the lure comes flying out and at 100 miles an hour hits the plywood, and it was blowing holes into 3/4 inch plywood.
Whoa.
and
he had to be the guy right behind him.
I think that like I don't think it happened to many of the guys that had done it for a bunch of years, but he was the new guy. Like I'm sure doing nothing wrong, but you get your technique dialed. But yeah, he said that thing when it would shake loose and the rod was coming over, it was like a shotgun going off. And he took a picture above him, and above his head there was like 4 giant holes that were all blown through from lead.
Gnarly.
It was pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, sounded super fun. It'll be really cool having Joel get to tell some of the stories.
Yeah,
It'll
for
be
sure.
fun in here.
833-288-0973. Thanks for that call. You have a good text, huh?
I thought so. It says, "Good morning, guys. Really stoked to hear Captain Rene in here. My favorite boat to fish on. Rene, can you please tell the listeners a little bit about your favorite way to tie fluorocarbon to Spectra? and the importance of, and some of the finer points of fly lining a live bait. What are some key tips that maybe some of us would miss? Can't wait to hear the show. That's from Mark.
I typically use a FG knot or
Get right up close to that mic. There you go.
RP knot or a FG knot. And fly lining the baits, I like to use I shoulder hook them. It's just very lightly. I just pick a scale off and shoulder hook them. But I also like to
Pick a scale off just so you can get the hook in there.
just so it barely goes in. Yeah, you don't want to like overdo it, and
Yeah.
kill the bait. But I also breast hook the fish when we're bluefin fishing and we're not drifting very much, and so that bait goes down. And
Breast hook versus belly hook.
yeah,
Yeah.
like right
Farther forward.
farther forward, just
yeah.
in front of the two pecs.
The two pecs. Okay.
They have a little umph to them when it's hard to get a bait to swim, so it gives you like a minute or something where it's actually really running. That you might get a bite down that way. So
That's a good tip.
yeah.
So FG knot versus the RP knot. Give us your take on both of those knots.
That FG knot, I've used them. We've been using them on kite rods lately, but I've used that FG knot for heavy line, and I'd say anywhere from like 60 to 80 pound or even 100 plus pound. That's the knot that I would use. Lighter line, like 30, 40, 50 pound. I like to use the RP knot.
Yeah.
But
because it's easy.
It's easy and quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both pretty simple, but I feel like that FG knot, man, that thing's pretty strong.
And
Use
real
that
skinny.
really skinny, and
But it's
goes through
a
the guides.
process.
It's a little bit of a process. But yeah, I mean, I've used that knot in PV a lot, and I've seen it almost like you'd think it was going to break, but it didn't.
Like it should.
It
Everything in your
should.
mind says this shouldn't hold this good. We're
Right.
putting too much pressure
Way
on a
too
single
much
knot.
pressure. Exactly.
And the thing that's crazy about an FG is like it's just tied on it's hard to describe it, like on a single piece of line, like on an RP knot or a lot of knots like that. You're tying in a loop. You're tying around a couple of strands, and the FG is just pinching onto a single piece of line. Like it feels like it should just slip right through there. But boy, it's done right. It's tight. The only problem is it's also the easiest knot to tie incorrectly. That's my only gripe with it. Like it's a great knot, and tied right, you can't deny it's the strongest and skinniest, but it's also very easy to tie incorrectly. And then like anything,
you see a lot of that.
If it's not right, it's not right.
So, yeah, we've seen it definitely unravel. And
so how do you avoid that? Just pull on it really hard.
yeah, you got to cinch it down before you finish it off pretty good. Make sure that everything's nice and tight.
And test it.
You definitely test it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Bob, and Bob's calling us from Bellflower this morning. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Bob.
Pete Gray. A big howdy to you. You remember me, Bob from Bellflower?
How could we ever forget Bob from Bellflower, man? It's been a lot of years, huh?
Been a whole lot of years, buddy. And I miss you, and I haven't been fishing for a while with some health issues. But the Shogun, I fished a Shogun many, many times. I love it. My grandson right now is on the Royal Polaris on the New Year's special trip, the 5-day. I guess be back Wednesday. But I hope they do well out there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a report from them today, and hopefully they're catching a lot of fish. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, but I just wanted to call in and say hi to everybody, and I miss you guys. Calling up on Let's Talk Hookup. Great show. And I miss you at the Fred Hall show too, Pete.
Yeah, well, come on over to the PCS show in Costa Mesa there in March, Bob. It'd be great to see you again. And Bob from Bellflower was one of our standby guys for decades, I'm going to say, in calling into the Let's Talk Hookup show. It's great to hear your voice, and good you're doing well, and get back into that fishing, Bob. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that.
I had a fun text come through. It says, good morning, guys. Happy New Year. I haven't had an opportunity to fish on the Shogun yet, but I'm a huge follower of your social media, and I'm always amazed at the quality and grade of fish that you guys seem to catch. especially fond of seeing the sushi fests. How long does it take for your chefs to prepare those unbelievable spreads, and what does it take to get onto one of those trips? That's from Tony in Hesperia.
Nice. The guys definitely prep all day doing that. There's a sushi rolling trip that we have. We have a couple of them, and those ones normally have the big spreads like that. We do them throughout the year as well, but when he's on the boat, he does a big giant spread. And the guys that work in the galley, they used to work in sushi bars, and so they all know how to do it really well. I would say it takes half a day or more just to get everything ready for the guys.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Those pictures are unbelievable.
They're pretty fancy looking.
Like they take a whole, like the whole serving bar and a side table, and it's completely covered, but it's not just, I don't know how to say it. It's not just covered with sushi. It's like artfully done. There's like flowers, and every color of every roll is done with an intention. Like it is some kind of something to see, man. It's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Appropriate with the name Shogun too, to have that kind of there. Yeah, definitely.
It's a big thing when Sushi Mike comes on the boat. He dolls it up pretty nice. I mean, it's a fun trip too when we have those guys on.
And those are specific. Like you said, your chefs do sushi all commonly. But those particular ones are a charter that Sushimi Roland, is like the sponsor of.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's definitely the big show on that. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
And those trips just book up through the office like anything else? Or are they like sold out till forever? Or is that something a guy could get on
through the website, or just call the office?
That's cool. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We got more of your phone calls. We got catch reports and more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup with Captain Rene and the Shogun on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Hi, this is Christy Wheeler with Dawson and Associates Insurance, your full-service agency specializing in boat insurance, including charter, commercial, and personal use boats, business insurance, and travel insurance. We work hard to get you the most coverage for the best prices and guarantee the lowest rates available on all the travel plans we offer. So give us a call today at Dawson and Associates Insurance at 619-460-5615 for a free quote today.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear, built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Hey, this is Captain Benny Florentino, owner-operator of Coastal Charters. Just want to announce that I'll be running the Camus 26 hybrid boat from West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. Hybrid being a center console with bay boat features. The boat features a Michael Peters stepped hull that'll give both myself and my guests a comfortable, dry ride. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa will be carrying the 26 hybrid, 28 hybrid, and also a 34 cat. Heck, they even have some great looking bass boats. But if you have any other questions, feel free to call Nick Kelly or Kyle Mesa at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa, and we'll see you on the water.
Take it from Captain Benny Florentino. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa is your source for Camus boats, as well as Parker boats, Yamaha outboards, and now Mercury outboards. Sales and service, the finest you can find. Go see Nick of the guys at West Coast Marine on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check westcoastmarine.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, taking your phone calls. Lots of fun fishing happening this morning. And again, if you want to get through, it's 833-288-0973.
All right, let's find out what's biting.
Yeah, bro. As promised, it's time for the Catch Report. Today, it's sponsored by Gamakatsu. They have an amazing lineup of fishing accessories now available, including fillet knives, everyday carry knives, those new G boxes, and bags, as well as a great sense of a lot of really cool tackle storage options. Also, the ceramic braid scissors, we've been using those on our line machines.
So awesome.
Are really, really happy with them. Really clean cutting spectra. They're really nice. Hey, along with the best in fresh and saltwater hooks that are available, you can see your local dealer or check gamakatsu.com for more information. We got him standing by. Captain Brian Woolley of Dana War Sport Fishing on the line. What's up, Woolley?
Hey, good morning. What's happening, guys?
Have a good time.
Yeah. I hope the holidays were good for you.
Yeah, it was great. Nice little reprieve. Hope the same for you guys. Absolutely. It's crazy to believe that 2025 is pretty much over.
Yeah.
Like,
This is your last report of 2025, huh?
That's good. I wish it was a super banger one, but it's really not. We had that soggy weather put a squeeze on our week for sure. You know, the days that we got away from the dock, a little bit of bass action for the half day guys. Not super spectacular as you'd imagine, but still some fish there for sure on the local trips to be caught. I'd say the dropper loops and the sliding egg sinkers, half ounce to maybe even a full ounce, so the guys are able to get some baits kind of mid water. Caught some bass that way. Guys at the bottom with the exotic baits like the shrimp and the clam did okay on the sheephead and that kind of stuff. Still kind of slow. A little bit of sculpin and whitefish as well. They kind of poking around out a little bit deeper, looking for some of that stuff. The bonito is still around. It hasn't been full speed like it was, towards the end of last week. Just the water's dirty. Guys yesterday looked hard for a few hours on their half-day trips. They got out like 7 miles, and the water was still real dirty off the beach. So just one of those deals that they did catch a little bit, a few jig strikes and stuff like that on, but they weren't able to locate the big schools with the time frame that they had on those trips. So to be continued for sure on that fish. Hopefully, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, which is, the decent weather days of the weekend, looks like it's going to get wet again. Those guys can get out and look for some of that stuff. Rockfish, the days that they fished that was still pretty good. Again, that's going to be closing the end of the month here. So if you guys want to get out on some of that, again, just watch those weather days for sure. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like there might be a little bit of something moving in there as well. But I'd imagine the guys are going to be fishing deep, doing that stuff just to kind of get the last licks in. So bring a few jigs, bring some 10 to 16 ounce sinkers. That'll kind of, depend on if they stay closer to the beach. If they're looking for that bonito in their day, then they'll stay close and probably make those cod rockfish drops down there off San Onofre Box Canyon area. Or if they decide to bail on the whole bonito thing, if that's not in play, then they'll go out to the 14 and, finish the season off out there. So keep that in mind. And then our halibut derby is set to start on Friday. Kind of stoked to get that back on the calendar as well. So we'll have those drift trips set. Again, we'll play Friday by ear, but they are scheduled. That trip sold out. And then just a reminder, you can buy in on any half or 3/4 day trip. Or you could buy halibut derby passes or $10 there at check-in. So you can go that route as well. Other than that, just, boat work in progress. Some fun. We're down for the foreseeable future, doing some work on that boat, and you'll just kind of rotate through, and it's that time of year to get those things going. So if you guys want to hop on a trip, give the landing a call. Our number here, 949-496-5794, or you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com. And we'll just see how this week plays out, and take it from there.
Man, what better way to go? All we know is there was some fantastic fishing before the little weather, and I think you said it best. Little spots here or there, but a lot of good in the future. So we'll look forward to see what it throws at us, and we'll look forward to hearing the report from you next week, Willie.
All right, guys. Thanks. Happy New Year. Have a great time, whatever you guys are doing, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Talk to you next year. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it very much, and
Happy New Year
we'll look
to you,
forward to
Willie.
that.
Appreciate you and appreciate all the great reports you give for us too.
And the whole family at Dana Wharf.
Oh,
you guys
absolutely.
do such a good job.
Great support.
And so
Let's Talk
generous.
Hookup.
And everybody.
Yep.
You want to talk about people that really do it right. That's Dana Wharf Sport Fishing
They do
for
it
sure.
good.
Yeah.
They do it.
Hey, all right. That's going to wrap up our catch report there with the new 2026 Bill Varney Surf Fishing CCA calendar at your local tackle shore or at surffishtackle.com.
Hey, I have a great text here from Charlie in La Mirada. He says, great show this morning, Pete, Rick, and Renee. My question is about wahoo fishing. Can you elaborate on the best time of year, tackle, and best length of trip for your best opportunity? I would love to book one. Also, what time of the year on the Shogun?
I would say like anywhere from September to December, you have a shot of catching it. That's kind of when our trips start to become a little longer. And like I said, this year we had some really good back-to-back wahoo trips.
Typically, those trips, September, October, November, book up pretty quickly. Do you still have spots available?
There's some spots available. Yeah. There's anywhere from 8 days to 10-day trips.
And that's what you want, an 8 or 10?
Yeah, something like that would get you down there.
I want to throw this out. If your goal is to catch a wahoo and you've just been pining for it and that's the thing you want, go on a 10-day.
A 10-day.
Do a 10-day because an 8-day absolutely has a shot at it, but sometimes it's just a shot. You know what I mean? Like or you've got enough time to go to this place or enough time to go to that place. And a 10-day puts you in the exact same zone with just multiple days of trying. Like maybe your time in wahoo country is just enough to go to the rocks, but there's better fishing offshore or vice versa, whatever it is. Like book a 10-day. If you really want that thing, that's
because it takes, you got to do the numbers. It takes a couple days to get there, right?
Definitely takes a couple days to get down either to the rocks or the ridge.
So you have a 8-day trip. You're 2 days down, 2 days back at least.
Yeah.
And so that only leaves you 4 days, 3.5 days of fishing. So you add an extra 2 days to that. You're at 6.5 days of fishing instead.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You have a shot at both zones, from the rocks to even kelping on the way into the ridge or something like that. Like, the 13 was pretty good. The 23 was good for us this year as well. And then that offshore that wasn't very far from the ridge. It was like maybe 5 to 10 miles west of there.
Wow.
We were doing just as good. It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Good fishing. And the variety too. You have chances to go catch yellows, could catch bit larger tuna
down at the, I think we went down to the Potato Bank this year and there was some good tuna fishing down there.
You guys kicked the whole thing off for big ones this year.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was pretty fun. But yeah, you can catch big Dorado on those kelps when we're looking for wahoo or anything like that. I would say that the bombs were really a thing this year. I like to throw the surface iron, but sometimes those things aren't even jumping around as much, and you could still catch them on the surface iron for sure. We've definitely had some good trips where actually this year I think we were on the 23 and we're picking them off pretty steady on the surface iron, but a lot was on the bombs and on those yo-yos.
Are you changing the hook out on the surface iron?
You know what? Some people do. I just use the stock.
Because we've heard it before from Bodan and Matt that changes the action of the lure, and it's all about the action, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I just leave it the way
leave it the way it is.
And there's something to be said, something cool in the check mark box when you caught it the same way that the same lure, same way you'd catch a yellowtail in Coronado Islands.
Yeah.
Catch them that way. Yeah, you said that in terms of the bite, like it would for sure be better if it was a sharp single big hook once you got the bite, but it's a surface iron. That thing, the lure's got to swim first, and you take that away. Sometimes you take away your shot. It's just not the same. The cool factor is not the same.
I like the Giga.
The bigger one.
The bigger jig.
Yeah.
It worked down there for us this year as well.
That was the Wahoo surface iron of choice.
That's what I was using. Yeah.
All right. I like
and then they have that new one that's even bigger, right?
Same. Yes, like bigger in weight, same size, like physically top to bottom, but like a little bigger around, gonna be a little bit easier to cast.
Yeah,
I'm anxious to see. Like with that morning that Bodan and Brala were in here, like that was the first time I'd ever even seen that thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good looking lure.
Yeah, for sure. So talk about your background. You worked on the San Diego for a number of years, right?
I did. think I worked there for about 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Right.
The San Diego's where I started down here. I started up in Redondo, on like the smaller boats, like the Betty G, the Sea Spray, the City of Redondo, and all that. And
that's where you got your captain's license up there?
Yeah, I got my captain's license like the first couple of years I was down here in San Diego. I think I was like 20 down here. When I came back down, or I moved down here when I was like 20, and I got it while I was working on the San Diego. But yeah, I just fishing with Booger was a good learning experience.
8 years with Booger. I didn't realize you were there that long.
Yeah, I think like something like that. Like,
was Matt like a
6 to 8
deckhand
years.
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Matt were deckhands together.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's cool. That's great. And then you went from the San Diego to the Shogun?
I went from the San Diego. I took a couple of years off, and I did a little bit of commercial fishing. I worked with Randy and Brian Kiyahara, lobster fishing, and then did a little bit of like mackerel fishing and some slime eel fishing. And then I came over to the Shogun. I think it was 2015. I believe.
Yeah.
And just stuck it out on there.
And now you're part owner and
yeah,
and running the boat and have all the management headaches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of headaches. Definitely.
That's fun. Challenging.
Yeah. It's been a good little run.
Yeah. Well, you've taken the Shogun to another level too. It's I mean, people love fishing with you and love fishing the boat, and the whole thing is a good operation. And if you haven't tried the Shogun, it's like I say, it's just love fishing that boat.
Yeah,
It's
the
super
team
cool.
that you guys have together is the best. I mean, with Jen in the office and you
Yeah.
at the helm and all the guys, the boat's as popular as it's ever been, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as you can hear, we're having a great time this morning. We got another full hour coming your way. Let's Talk Hookup. You stay tuned. We got more of your phone calls, more of your texts, and more with Captain Rene. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice, on that Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
3 kayaks, 6 surfboards, 10 rods, and 1 truck bound for Baja. That's where my brother and I's most recent quest into the Baja Peninsula began, in search of waves, fish, and fun. We are able to transport all the kayaks, rods, and boards without straps due to the easy transportation of the Hobie iTrack inflatable kayaks. We brought a tandem and 2 singles, the I-9 and 11, and they were totally enough to get all 6 of the boys onto some of the best halibut and grouper fishing of their lives. Now, you might be thinking, 3 kayaks? I thought a tandem and 2 singles would only be able to fit 4 people. Well, a simple lawn chair on the back of the kayak was enough to turn the 2 single kayaks into tandems. Catching upwards of 100 fish a day in the mangroves, ranging from 15-pound grouper to tons of legal halibut, we had our fill and headed back to the States. Check out the full video of this trip on our YouTube channel, Fastlane SC, or come by our shop in Mission Bay and check out a Hobie inflatable kayak. See you soon.
Here's exciting news from Baker Marine and Fujinon. For a limited time, get $175 of instant savings on the Fujinon TSX 1440 stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Talk about the perfect gift for anyone that spends time on the water, or the perfect time to finally get your pair. Now is the best time to upgrade your gear to a pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and they service all brands right at their San Diego Shelter Island location. The Fujinon Technostabi TSX 1440 is the best value in stabilized binoculars, period. They deliver rock-steady vision even in rough waters. And now, for a limited time, get an instant rebate of $175. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and grab your instant savings now. This offer ends soon, so get your pair from Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. All our open party trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
What's up, guys? It's Braden Suprenant. Nobody covers San Diego sports like I do. Padres, Aztecs, local high schools, all of it. Weekdays, 10 to 2 on 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here, along with Rock Cod Rick Maxa, in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma. Great show today with Captain Rene Montegudo from the Shogun, having a fun time talking fishing aboard one of the finest sport fishing fleet boats in the world, and the Shogun. And really a great time, and we're giving away a great prize too, in honor of Renee's stint for a long time on the boat.
The alma mater, you know?
Yeah, the alma mater, yeah.
Well, yeah, you heard that right, man. We're really pumped to get to do that. And one lucky caller or texter at the end of today's show is going to get to do a full day trip on board the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing, and really pumped to give away that great prize. Big thanks to Captain Ryan Boston for letting that happen. And if you want to get your shot, or better yet, just your chance to talk to Captain Rene, it is 833-288-0973. One more time, 833-288-0973. Kyle is standing by at the Fan right now this morning to take your call. Or, as we said, send us a text, man. The text of the show is so popular now on Let's Talk Hookup, and the only way to text in your questions to the show is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. Free download, free everything, easy to listen to the show, easy to participate, and the only way to text in your question. Just make sure you include a name and a phone number along with your text so we can get a hold of you in case you win that big prize.
Yeah, for sure. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. Again, if you want to get your shot, it is 833-288-0973. Francisco in Huntington Beach is calling this morning. What's up, Francisco?
Hey, buddy. How you been? Remember me? I take a picture with you at the show.
Always remember.
Of course.
Yeah, never forgotten one.
Yeah. How are you?
I just want to say hi to you and Happy New Year. And I'm looking forward to see you guys at the show.
Okay, very good. All right,
Awesome.
Francisco. Well, nice to hear from you. Happy New Year to you, and we'll see you in March at the PCS show in Costa Mesa.
Yeah, shows are around the corner, man. It's wild. It's wild how fast that is coming. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Well, hey, I had a great text come through from Darren in Menifee. He says, "Hey, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Captain Rene. Rene, I'm doing my first longer trip coming up this year on board the Shogun. Could you explain a little bit how limits work for anglers on long-range trips? I've never been on a trip more than 2 days, but I can't wait. Happy holidays."
You have a 3-day limit, but you know the Dorado and the Bluefin kind of count against your limit. So you when we do fish for them, you can probably keep like just to be safe, I'd keep 4 of them, 4 of each species, but you can keep 15 of yellowtail, yellowfin, the wahoo. But yeah, it's like I believe it's 30.
In real short, like the shortest easy, it's 5 fish of any one kind, maximum of 10 per day, with the exceptions of being bluefin and Dorado. Those are 2. And those 2 count the same as 5 of something else. You know?
So you could have 3-day limits of bluefin. So you could have 6. You could have 3-day limits of Dorado, which would be 6. But then you can keep, 10 yellowfin, 10 yellowtail, and that's it.
Yeah, so 5 of any
Covers,
one kind, 10 per day, with the exception of those 2 fishers, and then any trip, regardless of length, you can take 3 days worth of limits.
Right, 3 days of limits.
But like you say, that could be as much as 30 fish and a very hefty processing bill if you do that as
Very
well.
hefty.
Yeah, it's plenty.
Marilyn will not be bummed.
You're going to bring home plenty of fish, no question about it. All right. Hey, let's jump back in the phones.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to John, and John's calling us from Long Beach this morning. Good morning, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, guys. Seems exciting. It's nice and sunny here. I love it. But my question to Rene is, since the water's so warm, do you think we'll see those wahoo back in California?
Oh, you know what? I don't know about that. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
how far north did you catch them?
We actually caught them just a little bit below Cedros this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty far north, right?
Yeah. We're almost just, I'd say like 8 miles below Benitez.
No kidding.
There was some kelps right there that had them on our way home one of the trips, and we weren't expecting to catch them that far up.
Yeah. Water temperature wise, what was
water
it?
temperature was anywhere from 70 to 74 and a half, 75 at the very beginning, and
wow,
up to like 80 degrees towards the end.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was,
Toward the end.
Towards the end, yeah.
It got warmer.
It did. It was warmer down south, but right there below Cedros and Benitez or something like that, it was right in the 70s.
No kidding, man. And that's perfect temperature for wahoo, right?
Yeah.
Perfect temperature for most fish.
Definitely.
Yeah. What was the life like down there? I mean, were you seeing a lot of whales, a lot of everything down there? Marlin, everything?
You know what? There was a lot of marlin this year that we saw when we were fishing down there with just even tuna fishing. We'd see that marlin pretty close to the beach, like San Pablo, down that way. Hippolito just west of there.
Do you have to avoid that? And I don't mean that in any kind of a bad way, but I'm assuming it's difficult on the jigs and it's difficult on the troll, and you're probably trying to release those. Like, do you try to avoid it, and is it sometimes not avoidable? Like, how does it work when you're in the captain's seat and there's areas of marlin around like that?
Yeah, you try to definitely go away from them so you don't get any strikes on the jigs when you're trying to look for either wahoo or tuna. But yeah, we wind them in, and sometimes they pop right off at the boat, or we just try to release them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take them home. So, but I definitely try to turn the other way when I see some finning.
Yeah,
because like there's got to be
Kinda
areas down
things.
there where there's just you see
There's
some
a
of that
handful
footage
for
from Mag
sure,
Bay and
right.
things. Like there's got to be sometimes when they just would cover you up if you were in the wrong neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that down there outside of Tosca and Mag Bay and all that this year they had really good marlin and a little bit of wahoo fishing down there as well, but that was pretty gnarly.
It's cool.
Yeah. Well, 833-288-0973. You want to get through? Kyle standing by at the fan there. A great text here from Kurt in Vista. Morning, guys. Great end of the year show as always. Stoked to have Rene on the show. Question for Rene about the boat. Considering taking a long trip with you next year, and what is your bait capacity, your tackle storage capacity, and tell us about your RSW and how you maintain fish quality. And he says loves the show.
We have RSW. We've got 2 wells. We can hold up to 600 scoops. We have a port bait slammer and a center slammer, and then the top tanks as well.
Bait never is an issue, really.
Not really. I mean, sometimes if we get into some really warm water, we start losing a little bit of bait, but it typically we have a pretty good amount of bait that we can use throughout the whole trip, especially on those longer ones. And we can always, make a little bit of mackerel down south.
Tackle storage very ample. I've been on the boat a lot. There's a lot of room for a lot of gear on that boat.
Yeah, we definitely have like the tackle racks and all that. We've got plenty of rod holders up the side. Typically we carry anywhere from 24 to 28 passengers, and then we've got 4 rod holders per number that you can put up on the side, but then we've got plenty of empty rod holders up forward of like 26 or 27. and there's a little bit of tackle storage up top as well, up on the upper deck that we use. But our tackle rack next to the engine room is pretty big.
It's big.
Yeah,
You got a lot of storage.
it's definitely some good storage right there.
Yeah, for sure. And then what about fish care?
We gill and gut everything that's over 30 pounds, like tuna wise. We clip their gills, and if it's yellowtail or dorado or wahoo or something like that. But tunas, we gill and gut everything that's about 30, 35 pounds and above that. Our RSW goes down to 30, 31 degrees, and we can keep the fish in there for anywhere from 10 days, at least 10.
That's awesome.
So what do you do with yellowtail, dorado?
We flush
wahoo?
them. Yeah, we flush them.
So you
out.
don't gill and gut.
We don't gill and gut the yellows. We just flush them. We put the hose in their mouth and try to bleed them out and take out whatever's in their stomach.
You clip a gill, or you don't? Not necessary.
We clip a gill.
Yeah,
we clip the
flush 'em
gills.
out.
And
do you not open up the stomach just because they're just it's better quality to leave the stomach intact?
yeah, I mean, anytime that you have a little bit of like meat showing or something, sometimes the water gets logged up in there, but I think that it just holds better.
Well, tuna are so round and thick. You need to get the cold inside, right?
You got to get them cold from the inside out, and that taking the gills and guts out definitely helps that whole cavity. But the yellowtail, they hold better if you don't gill and gut them.
And wahoo too.
Wahoo as well.
The same. Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's good info.
Totally. I had a fun text. I know it's been wahoo heavy, but this is a good one, and it's been a wahoo year. And it says, Captain Rene, is the wahoo bomb fish best on the slide, or perhaps as the boat stops, cast it upswell or downswell? Also, do you like to let your bomb sink before winding, and if so, how long? And lastly, could you please describe your wahoo bomb techniques? Also, what is your favorite trolling jig? Can't wait for wahoo fishing with you next fall. That's from Big Ed in Baldwin Park.
Trolling, we like to use those DTXs. Those things work really good. Bomb fishing, yeah, you can do it on the slide. Once we do stop, you can either cast or just drop straight down, depending on what we're kind of fishing. Like if there's a lot of dorado in the water, for fishing kelps like we did this year, we try to tell everybody just to drop it straight down and start winding after like 45 seconds or so. But the slide works. Our boat slides, and we definitely get some tangles if there's too many people trying to throw them back there or casting. I would just drop them straight back, and then once we get in our little drift, you could either cast off the bow or up the side, but typically we tell them if we're fishing kelps or something like that, we just try to let them sink out.
Cool.
I like it.
Hey, it's time. Speaking of fish care and fish quality, it's time to talk about Point Loma Seafoods, where the fish is always fresh. The freshest thing in town, as a matter of fact. Tell you what, they've had such. I have a new. Well, it's not new. My favorite thing when I see it in the case over at Point Loma Seafoods is black sea bass. Oh, man, they do such a good job with black sea bass.
The forbidden fruit, man.
Yeah, man. But it's so good.
It's so good.
And then they've had fresh frozen Alaskan halibut on a consistent basis too, for that. But then again, you talk about what's your favorite thing at Point Loma Seafoods. I love the sushi there. The sushi bar is the sushi chef there is just fantastic.
Yeah, I go the opposite route. I think that they have probably the most underrated, best fish taco in San Diego kind of thing. Fish taco and shrimp tacos are like what the boys in the tackle store get. Obviously they're part of the San Diego landings. They're part of the big three, and we eat there once a week. And yeah, shrimp taco, fish taco is insanely hard to beat. It's just right. Super fresh tortilla, big piece of fish, and just cabbage, their own sauce, everything house made. It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude. God, they're good.
I like the crab sandwiches.
Yeah, the crab sandwich. I love the crab sandwich.
It's
Man.
really good.
Yeah, fresh Dungeness crab. And then you ever have the mix with the shrimp and crab sandwich?
You know what? Yeah, I have.
That's really
pretty
good too.
Yeah.
The combo, it's so good.
Damn it, Pete. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm working today. I guarantee you, I will be there this afternoon.
There you go. Get them. San Diego land, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. That's Point Loma Seafoods.
Hey, I had a fun text come through. It says, "Good morning, guys. This is Jared from Culver City. I wanted to ask Rene what color and brand Wahoo bomb you like best for your Wahoo outfits. And then I've been seeing a lot of wire and no wire. What are your thoughts on that? Looking forward to coming fishing on the Island Tackle 10-day this year in November.
I like the pink or green bombs, and the wire or no wire. Yeah, it depends on if you're willing to lose a bomb, but you do get a little bit more bites when you're using fluorocarbon. Just use some heavy fluorocarbon tied on. We like to do that, but either way, both work.
I think you want to make sure too that you have the style of Wahoo bomb where you like tie your line to the front of the bomb and your hook is connected, via split ring or something to the back of a bomb. Not like the catchy tackle bombs where your line like slides through. You want to have you got to have a little protection from the bad zone. And Rene said it best. Like if you fish a Wahoo lure in Wahoo country with no wire, at some point one is going to take it from you. It doesn't mean it's going to be every cast and every fish, and you'll for sure have the potential of getting more bites, but you got to go with a few extras and just know that your losses are going to come, but also the likelihood of getting more bites is going to be there.
Definitely.
No question about it. All right. Well, hey, phones are packing up. 833-288-0973. Let's jump into it, Rick.
John and Escondido is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, John. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. And Rene, always have fun time fishing with you. And I really like, I love everybody in the boat, but you moving Blake up to your second and having him run trips was a smart move on your part. He's very fishy and, but one of my favorite trips every year is your Shimano trip in May. And, and you take care of people. This past year was kind of rough weather. You guys came back from a trip and the weather was nasty. So instead of going out and beating us up and, taking our money, you turned our 4-day into a 3-day and let us know early enough that, and we still got out there and we caught fish. But that Shimano trip, man, they bring all the hardware, all the new stuff and everything like that, And so if you're interested in maybe getting something, you go out there and really test it for free. And, they give tremendous tackle bags and stuff like that, but it's always fun when I hit the landings or I'm on your boat. So, keep up the great work, and she's in great shape.
Right on. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
man. All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Yeah. Larry in Encinitas says, good morning, guys. Does Shogun offer shorter, say, overnight or day-and-a-half trips? Would like to take a shorter trip before I book my 10-day on the Shogun.
We do anywhere from 2 to 4 day trips at the beginning of the season. So those are nothing overnight. We haven't done any day and a half in a little while, but we have in the past. But if you come down, you could probably either book a 2 or a 3. But I think a 3 days is probably best, just so you have an extra day out there in case the fish moved or if the fleet's not on the fish, or if we can't find them the first night or something like that.
You were talking about doing some after maintenance, like in early March, doing some trips like Colonet style trips. Would those be 2-day trips, 3-day trips?
I think it's going to be a 3-day.
3-day. Okay. All right. ShogunSportFishing.com is the best way to check it out. And I know that's what Rene's looking at now. But one thing I'll say while he's looking that up is the best thing to do is call Jen in the office. Jen is a superstar.
Totally.
And the La Presti office there, she is Monica and Jen. Of course, Monica handles the Royal Polaris and Jen handles the Shogun. That's your overseer, right? Jen is your supervisor.
She is. She's great. Yeah.
Jen's
she
awesome.
handles all that. All the calls
and she does such a fantastic job and is so personable and will absolutely put you on the right trip and get you in the right stateroom with the right person and all that stuff. It would be great.
Yeah, there's some, there's a couple of 3 days right at in like April.
Okay.
And there's some 2 days actually.
Some 2-day trips.
There's some 2 days. There's a couple of 2 days and 3 days, like back to back.
Yeah, in April. But I know I was talking to Jen, and then likely if you finish the maintenance soon enough, you'll add some trips in March too.
Yeah,
most likely. Yeah, get the boat
Just
out.
follow the website
at the end.
And call Jen in the office.
Yeah, you can call Jen.
She'll give you the insight.
Totally.
Definitely. She's the best at that.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I had a fun text come through. It says, good morning, gents. Great show as always. Captain, question for Captain Rene. What is your favorite fish to get to target when you're on a long-range trip? If given the conditions were perfect for everything and you had your option at tuna, yellowtail, wahoo, etc., what is your favorite thing when you're driving the boat?
I think wahoo fishing is pretty fun down there. I like wahoo fishing, but I also like fishing for the bigger tuna. But I mean, you can't beat the excitement and the rush about wahoo, and even yellowtail fishing's excellent down there. I can't really tell you which one's my favorite because they're all fun.
It seems like you and that boat too have just always had a particular knack for that bluefin fishing, and we've been in such a strong bluefin cycle too. Like it just seems like trip after trip, you guys have some sort of weird juju insight when it comes to that good bluefin fishing.
The bluefin fishing is definitely pretty epic. It's fun, especially at nighttime, and it's a big rush when everybody's fighting fish around you, and you catch those big fish at night, and they come on board. You're looking them on the deck, and you're like, "Oh man, that's a big rush."
Gotta love that for sure. Well, hey, phones are packing up. 833-288-0973. Kyle standing by. Let's jump into the phones.
Robert in Canyon Country is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Robert, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys. So Rene mentioned commercial lobster fishing, so I'm going to change the subject. Everybody I ask has a different version. They like the full moon. They hate the moon. They like clear water. They want dirty water. They like the rain. Any insight?
On the lobster.
Yeah.
On the lobster? Yeah. The lobster, I like the new moon. The new moon, when I used to fish them or like recreational, right after a full or a new, it's just the tides are good, and definitely some dirtier water if you're trying to do it like during the daytime, it seems like. But
what about sport fishing? What about when you're fishing the Shogun? What is there a particular phase you like to fish? That's an age-old question.
Yeah, like the backside of the full.
Backside of the full
is
not the front side, but the backside.
Yeah,
interesting.
Sometimes, well, either one, but
yeah,
it seems like the back end of the full moon is a little bit
so
better
right
sometimes.
After the full moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. I feel like that one's pretty good sometimes.
Yeah. All right. What about the new moon?
Yeah, I mean it depends on the time of the year, but
they can bite it anytime.
They really can.
Yeah.
I like that new moon, man. I don't know I got anything to base it off of whatsoever, other than just we always seem to catch those big ones.
Yeah.
When Neil and I were hitting it hard in our boat and trying to catch those big ones on flyers out, in the vicinity of Clemente, like they always seem to let their guard down around that new moon time. New moon in the fall was always like my favorite. Like always licking your chops a little bit, knowing like, now we're going next week. Everything's right. I'm gonna flyers are around, those big ones are around. Like that was always my favorite.
I like the week before the full.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, between the three of us, we got it covered.
Right? Well, let's find out what's biting. Let's see what Yosef likes.
It sounds good to me, man. Well, it's time for that GreatFishDope.com report today. It's sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Had a great show with Tim and Marilee yesterday talking Fisherman's Processing, and it is where you get the premier processing experience. You can check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest in customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make that reservation today. We got him. Yosef's on the line this morning, the Angler's Realtor. Good morning, Yosef.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
What's up, buddy? Doing great.
Good. All right. Well, the weather's kind of hindered fishing a little bit the past week or so, but there was still some guys that got out there. The Channel Islands and deeper water, the rock fishing has been unbelievable. Bigger lings, weather permitting. Obviously, the weather's pretty gnarly up there. Santa Monica Bay, same kind of deal. Deep water, rockfish, really good whitefish fishing, and sheep's head in the shallows. Most of the rockfish are coming from Short Bank, South Bank, and Redondo Canyon, and the PV ledge in 300 to 375 feet of water. The Santa Monica artificial reefs are also still kicking out bass, sheepshead, whitefish, sculpin, and still triggerfish. Palo Verde, Long Beach area, same kind of deal. Deep water rockfish fishing, 450 to 700 feet. There's guys deep dropping over there as well into the thousands and getting sablefish and black gills, which are my favorite. Catalina Island. Catalina Island, there's still some yellowtailed sea bass hanging around on the backside area around Silver Canyon and Palisades squid beds. It's mostly a night bite still, same deal. Little finicky of a bite. You can still get a fish or two after the sun rises, but it really slows down, kind of turns into a halibut bite. And halibut are still biting pretty good there as well. Front side, there's still tons of bonita, just like everywhere. Church Rock to around the cruise ship anchorage is where you want to be fishing if you're going over there for them. Also some really good deep water rock fishing at the West End humps. People getting quality rockfish or red rockfish over there. The islands and the tuna, we have no reports. There's not a ton going on down there. I think the weather shut it down a little bit, but hopefully with this awesome weather, they start popping back up again. The 9 Mile Bank as well is producing really big reds, bocachos, and some large lings. And we're getting reports that sharks have been an issue out there. So that's about it. That's all I got for you guys today.
Yeah, we'll take that again as a going into January, last report of 2025. I'd say we can handle that just fine.
No
and,
kidding.
You know, that bonita fishing still such a highlight. So cool that that's still going on, and you know that great halibut fishing that you mentioned. We'll take this as a January report anytime, Joseph.
Yeah, that bonita fishing is ridiculous. Like I said before, if you want to take your kids fishing, go out and get on that.
Now
it's just wide open for the most part, and they keep getting bigger.
They're growing, they're eating. Hey, what's going on in the real estate world?
Real estate's really picking up. We're starting to see some of the cuts in interest rates coming into our real mortgage world, especially with the VA guys. They seem to be getting their buying mood back into gear here. But yeah, things are starting to move finally. I think next week's going to be our big week of where you're going to see a lot of stuff going into escrow and inventory disappearing. Right before the holidays, it was really good. We started to really pick up. So I think we're gonna just keep getting busier going into these, seeing this interest rate dropping.
Yeah.
And if you need a refi, look to refi in about a month or two. It should be time if you bought in the past 2 years.
Okay, good tip. That's a very good tip. And I know you have the best refi guys that you work with too, right?
I do. I work with Cornerstone Mortgage. They're really good. We can get you, or they can get you into a refi and make it pretty painless. It takes about 20, 25 days. You've got stuff you want to do to the house and need a little bit of cash. That would be a good time to do it.
Hey, and beef prices have been in the news lately, and the rise in beef prices. Any word on when you're going to be getting some more nature-fed beef?
First week of February, we should be having delivery. We've got about 2.5 cows left that people can reserve. You can reserve a quarter, a half, or a full cow. And we should be delivering probably the second week in February, would be my guess.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
you can reserve that now. That nature-fed beef, I the more Lolly and I eat that, I'm addicted to that stuff. We're actually going to have a little some tonight, and it's just a superior product.
It is, and it's so cool to get to do something like that when you buy a quarter or a half, like just to know that you're so stocked with that. Like, you know, that when it's just like coming home from a long range trip on the beef side of thing. Like you open up the freezer and like you're stocked with whatever you want to do, whether it be steaks or roasts or, you know, you have a crummy rainy day and you want to throw something killer in the crock pot and it just whatever it is, it's sure fun to get to have a stockpile of something like that. And when you're buying it in bulk like that, it's crazy how much the price comes down.
Yeah. And it's like an investment as beef prices go up.
For real.
Right? Hey,
It
how do we...
kind of is. It's nice. Nice having a stocked freezer full of meat that you can always, you know, come home and throw a steak on or whatever you want. It's great, and it's the best stuff you can feed your family.
There's no question
that's
about
the big
it.
kicker.
Yeah. Okay, for real estate, beef and more, how do we find you, Joseph?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169, to search homes or get a hold of me via the internet. You can get me at sportsmansrealty.com. If you are looking to get some beef, you can call my cell phone as well. Or you can jump on naturefedbeef.com and order directly online. Reserve your quarter, half, or full cow.
There you go. All right. Thanks, Joseph. Appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. Great job doing the reports for fishdope.com this year, and we'll talk to you next year, which is next Sunday.
That it is. All right, guys. Take care. Happy New Year.
All right. Thanks. And, of course, you can save $30 off of fishdope.com membership by using the code Hookup Now, lowercase, no space, Hookup Now, your $30 code at fishdope.com.
That's it. And hey, that report is sponsored to us by our friends at Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Did you know that Summit is also the greatest place to get deals on ice and snacks before your trip? Over 40 snacks for just 89 cents, as well as sandwiches and more. They also have frozen bait too. Ice is nearly half the price of the others at only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag. And you can get 100 pounds of ice for free with a 35-gallon fill. It's Summit Gasoline, free ice for Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices at the San Diego Sports Arena. The phone lines are packed up. We got a ton of great texts coming through. And when we come back, we're going to be reading all those and hearing your calls. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup with Captain Rene of the Shogun. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me. Book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time in the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
It may be winter in Southern California, but those of us who live here know it's a great time of year to go fishing, and certainly not time to put your gear away. This is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay, the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. This is the ideal time for bay bass fishing, and I get the inside scoop from Johnny. Heck, he will even rent you one of our killer blue skiffs. This is also a good time to go work on your reels, and Doug is the man for that job. If big largemouth bass are your bag, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. They have all the right stuff and live bait for a perfect day on the lake. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is super cool too, for both freshwater and saltwater tackle. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is on Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check DanaLanding.com for more details.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Pisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check IndependenceSportFishing.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time in here with Captain Rene this morning. Lots of fun and talking about one of my most favorite boats in the world to fish on, and that's that Shogun, man. So comfy. You guys do such a good job. I love it.
And amazingly enough, there's still space available in the 2026 schedule, which is just hard to believe.
Sign me up.
Yeah, so get on.
Sign me up, fam.
Yeah, I have to get on that. I'm not sure there's space available on that Let's Talk Hookup trip. I think you made it an 8-day now, right?
Yeah.
It was a 6-day during the Guadalupe era, and then it was a 7-day, and now it's now you've made it an 8-day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I think there's a few spots on it.
Yeah,
so.
and I used to go on that trip, but I kind of got kicked out because Ron now is the charter master.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I love when Pete wasn't go. I got the nod, like, yeah, the foot of Ron got in there, and didn't seem to be any peeling it off. Yeah, tell me about it. I missed that trip.
Ron Lane from Fastlane, great charter master, and it's such a great group of people too. All the John from OB and stuff. It's just
they're all nice people.
All good people and good fishermen too. Yeah, but are there still spots available on that trip? I know it's end of October, which is prime time,
especially.
And I kind of had to fight for that spot because Frank kind of moved us a little early. I was like, "Come on, Frank, give us back our date, man." He gave us back our dates.
8-day too, like you said, over a 6 is just exactly that. It's the extra time to get down, it's the extra time to be there fishing, better shot at wahoo. That's gonna be a cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like it's full.
It's full for now.
You could join the wait list.
Go on the wait list. Call Jen. Get on the wait list. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, and she'll know the inside scoop on it too. What about around that trip? Are there any spots available?
Before that,
there's a lot of red in that. I'm looking at the list over Renee's shoulder. There's a lot of red on those trips.
Yeah,
good for you guys.
There's a 2-day that has some. There's a 10-day at the end of probably right after Thanksgiving. It's the Penn 8-day.
Oh,
it's got some spots.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a good one.
Boy, especially if this year was if next year is anything like this season, that was the prime of it.
That was
really
right
good.
There,
yeah, no kidding. Well, let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Hills, and Hills is calling us from Ventura this morning. Hills, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
I have to go on the radio
right now.
Yes, you do. Good morning.
What up, Hills?
Happy New Year.
Good morning. Hey, shopping at your local tackle shop is important for all the local shops, and our shop here in Ventura, Eric's, they gave away 450 brand new rod and reel combos to kids last week, and it's just heartwarming.
450, that's awesome.
450 brand new rod and reel combos.
That's cool.
I love hearing that. That's awesome. Good
what
job
a great
for
Christmas
Eric.
gift for a
that's
kid.
Cool.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. So, anyways, Merry Christmas, you guys, and support your local tackle shop.
Hey, that's for sure. All right, Kills. Nice to hear you. Happy New Year to you, and we'll look forward to hearing from you in 2026.
There it is. Why don't we jump right back into the phones and talk to John? He's calling us from Long Beach this morning. What's up, John? Welcome to the show. We got you there, John?
There you go. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Renee, you do such a great job, and what's the fishing like down on the ridge right now? Do you know?
Right now, they're
on their way.
They're on their way down.
Independence left yesterday. They're on their way. I know
the fleets. There's some of these guys are on like 4 and 5 day trips, and typically the yellowtail fishing is pretty good down there. And the tuna fishing was still a part of everything going on down there as well. But I know that
with the fleet all being in for Christmas, everybody, everybody's on their way back down or just starting their trips. I would assume right now, right?
Yeah, I think most of them left the day after Christmas.
Yeah,
but I did hear that there was some yellowtail down there. I know that Polaris Supreme was catching them the other day or yesterday. And it sounded like they were doing pretty good on like 12 to 20 pound yellowtail. And I think they were seeing like a little bit of bluefin on their way down as well. But I'm not 100% on how much fish is being caught down at the ridge right now, but you could still definitely catch some tuna, and you got a chance at some wahoo still down there.
Yeah, great.
That's cool.
You have a good text, huh, Rick?
So it says, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Captain Renee. What a great show. I love hearing about the Shogun. My question for Captain Rene, can you explain a little bit more about the layout of the Shogun in terms of staterooms, etc.? I have a trip coming up next year. Also, I was wondering, of all your years of experience, if you could tell us a crazy weather story you've been through and what it might be like. That's from JJ in Ocean Beach.
So yeah, the crazy weather experience. Yeah, one of the trips that I remember specifically is working up the line coming home from Cabo that took us like almost 4 days because it was so choppy. We were right behind the Royal Polaris, but we didn't have too many passengers on board because we dropped them off in Cabo, and just the water flying over the top was just insane.
And that was even being behind the Royal Polaris.
Yeah.
Kind of tailing that.
Yeah, it was.
So they were taking the brunt of it.
They were definitely taking it.
And that's got to be rough too, because it's just you know when you're that far down, like you have days of that in your future.
Oh, for sure. If you always dread the 29 block when you're working up because the wind and the chop. But being as like the layout, we've got 13 staterooms. There's about 3 of them that are 2-man staterooms, but the rest of them are 3 people staterooms. And
what's your total sleeping capacity?
We can hold up to 30, 31.
So when you're taking 25, like on the Let's Talk Hookup trip or something like that, there's a lot more 2-person staterooms that are actually 3s, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, and there's some people get lucky. You can get a single stateroom, or just one person in a stateroom. We've got 4 heads. 3 of them do have showers. The one on the outside on the main deck doesn't have a shower, but we're actually going to be redoing one of the showers this year as well. It's that forward bunk room area. I think we're going to be redoing that one. But they're pretty spacious.
It's super comfortable. Cool. I mean, I love the boat.
Yeah. It's great layout.
If you haven't been, it's exactly that. The rooms are big and the vanities are nice and everything. Yeah, it's a fantastic boat to get to do a trip on.
For sure. Hey, Ray from Santee has a great text here. Says, good morning, everyone. The boys and I from the Island Tackle Charter love the fishing the Shogun. George, Kevin, Mark, and myself had some good times fishing with Rene, Joe, and now Blake. My question is, are you going to run the Island Tackle 10-day?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a fall trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be running it.
There you go. All right. That'll be cool.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a fun Texas. I fished the Shogun for several times, all the way back to when Bruce Smith ran the boat. The vibe on the boat has always been the best of all of the others on the boat, and it seems like the crew has always gotten along so well and really made the time special. I've been fishing a bunch and just love fishing on board the Shogun. And man, there have been so many texts just like that. Like, hey, I love the It's hard to pick one to read on the air because there's been so many that just really compliment what you guys do and just the overall vibe that tend to create on the boat. It's a very fun atmosphere to get to spend several days fishing on.
It definitely is. I mean, even at nighttime fishing, if we're cruising around looking for fish, the guys on the back deck, they play music with the turtle boxes that we have on board. So there's definitely some sort of
which you need to do. Like it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest thing to stay engaged at 2:00 in the morning, nighttime yo-yo jig fishing for a bluefin. Like you rely on that. I know it sounds dumb, but like it's a secret that you guys have. The crew is really good at kind of becoming friends with everybody that's on the boat. The tunes are playing, the fun. It's all of that is necessary because it can be very easy to just hang it up and it's cold, it's dark, it's whatever. I'm out of here. But like having everybody engaged during the night is the key to success on those big hits. Sometimes it takes driving over half a dozen or 10 of them before you drive over the right one, and then everybody hooks one. And it's the difference between having 3 fish going or 13 fish going. And you do that 2 or 3 times, and it's the whole night.
That's a good night. Yeah.
Do you have to bang on the stateroom doors? Say, get up! They're biting.
Yeah, sometimes we do that. But yeah, it's the participation. You definitely need a lot of guys at the rail to make a hit, to get them going. And then once you start hearing, like if people are sleeping and they start hearing fish slapping on the deck, you start seeing people running out of their bunks, and then they start hooking up. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But I like it. I've been, that was the thing that I remember the most. Like, you know, when they'd have like classic rock going on the back deck when things would normally be slow and mundane, and like the crew would just be very good at getting everybody involved, and it just really created a fun fishing atmosphere. It's different, a different vibe than what you find, and I love it. Really cool.
Vampire fishing.
Well, not that part. I just meant the music. Like daytime fly line fishing is what I was talking about. Yeah, night times for sleeping.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
And for catching fish too.
Yeah, damn right.
Hey, Joe in La Mesa has a great text. Good morning, guys. Happy New Year. Question for Captain Rene. Never been fishing on the Shogun. Interested in a 2 or 3 day trip. Would you say 2-day trip would be fishing tuna or maybe San Clemente Island, or a 3 day trip more a Colonet trip? What's the plan for those early spring 2 and 3 day trips?
Yeah, we'd probably be fishing either San Clemente or somewhere around the 60 or somewhere offshore looking for tuna on like those 2 day trips. You know, depending on weather and what's going on, really. I mean, like, I think there's just a couple of early trips that we might, you know, slide down outside of Colonet and see if the fish are out west of the banks there, and, you know, might do some rock cod fishing, and then look for the bluefin, or look for bluefin first, and then go inside and make a few cod drifts and stuff like that.
As good as that fishing on the Cortez Bank has been, I mean, that stuff seems to be just hanging out there. And so certainly a possibility given the right weather condition, right?
Yeah, that's definitely where we'd start for sure. You know, at the beginning of the year, we're either going to start down there, or if these guys, you know, keep seeing fish down south, we'll probably fish south and then start working our way up. I know they had some decent tuna fishing. I was just reading a text. I think the Rooster and those guys down there had some mixed bluefin, yellowfin fishing down.
Hey, all right.
So it was pretty good. It sounded like yesterday.
That's good.
We'll
and
take that.
beautiful weather too. This weather is just grease.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's again, we talked about this bonito and over again, but if you want to go do that, the next 3 days look really nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a text question from Steve Gregonis that says, when is the next Mission Bay Fishing Club charter going to happen on board the Shogun?
You know what? One of these, one of those like short trips, maybe a 2 day trip. We're gonna have some of the kids come out and fish, but on the 30th, actually, we're gonna be going on the Sea Watch, and those guys they have like a little big group that like 15 kids that are gonna just jump on board. I mean,
and that's a fishing club that your boys put together, participated in?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They just started a fishing club.
Started their own fishing club, the Mission Bay
Fishing Club. Yeah,
you can follow them on Instagram, right?
On Instagram, what is it?
MB_ Fishing Club. I'm a follower. I just found out this morning. I'm a proud follower.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked the kids are starting to
That's
get
awesome.
That's cool.
How old are the boys?
They're 15 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's their favorite fishing to do? I mean, I'm sure they've done everything with you, Baja fishing and fished on longer trips and bass fishing and all that kind of stuff. But like, what's their most favorite thing to get?
I think they like going on you know, down south and fishing for Cabria and stuff like that. But last year, actually, we went and fished Gonzaga and LA Bay and all that, and we had decent fishing, but the weather was up, and so we shot across and went fishing with George from San Quintin.
Oh, cool.
And the lingcod fishing was epic there, and we caught some big bonita and stuff like that. But I know that this summer, this summer that just passed, we went fishing on one of the Fish 101 charters on the Mission Bell, and Gage was with me, and that was pretty fun just to see him like actually get a hold of a bunch of yellowtail.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Captain Cameron put us on the fish that day. We definitely did good. Ended up having to work a little.
That's cool.
Well, let's jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Chuck? He's calling us from Dana Point. What's up, Chuck? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, nice last of the year show. Happy New Year. Now, the wahoo down there, we all dream about it, but they don't speed jig for those guys because of the danger of them letting go of the jig. And then the second thing is fish processing. Did the limited load and higher prices take care of them losing some of their fish cleaning money? You know, because on a big fish day, they don't have that cleaning bill. Is that hurting them at all? I never asked that.
So, well, maybe the Wahoo jig first part. You know, he was talking about the danger of having Wahoo with a,
Like
with the jigs. And I don't know if there's a. We had talked on a couple shows past when Aliar was on about like the danger of having Dorado kelps and casting jigs with those things, whipping jigs around, and then also like the importance of stopping a Wahoo jig when you're extra fired up and ripping the thing out of the water to go fire, make another cast.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them where they're very close to the surface when they eat the jig. And, you know, I've been fishing where we threw a little bit of bait and those fish are just jumping all over the place, a little too close to the boat.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous at times for sure. You know,
it's crazy to
Well,
think
the
about.
Shogun's so low to the water too. You could just see one coming right out of the water. Right?
Yeah, you could definitely. I mean,
Especially those ones out. I mean, imagine a 70-pound razor blade ripping across. You know, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
No doubt about it. Hey, Jake in Point Loma had a good question and again about Wahoo here. It says, hi, everyone. Absolutely love the Shogun. Had an amazing time on the Shimano trip for 3 days this year. Wanted to ask Rene about favorite method for catching Wahoo and his setup he uses.
I use a Seeker 80XH or like a 6480. Basically, that's like my all. I just use it for almost everything. Yellowtail fly lining or yo-yo fishing, or if I'm using a bomb, I'll use that. But
is it bomb your choice for throwing at a Wahoo or to surface iron, or what do you do?
I really like the surface iron.
Yeah,
that's like my go-to.
And what's your reel of choice?
I use like a 25 torque pen, or sometimes I use the Trinidad for casting. I like the torque for bomb fishing, and that the Trinidad's like it's
the ultimate surface iron.
Yeah,
yeah,
it feels pretty good. That's the one that I use when I throw a surface iron as well. But both reels are pretty nice.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a fun text. Says, good morning, guys. What a great show. My goal this year is to do a long-range trip, and the Shogun is my boat of choice. I was curious, is there any type of payment plan available for going on the Shogun, chipping away at a trip? That's all from Matt.
Yeah, you could definitely throw down a deposit, and you could square up at the day of that you come in and check in with Jen, or you can, talk to her and see if you can pay a little bit throughout the year, depending on how far in advance you're putting down a deposit.
We mentioned it a couple times.
We
Jen
definitely called Jen.
Jen's fantastic.
Call Jen.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
she
she's
for
amazing.
sure will make that happen. If you got a couple bucks to secure your spot, she for sure will work with you
Yep.
in terms of working out what makes sense. Whether it's this season or next season or however it goes down. Like, she is awesome when it comes to that. Crazy organized, really personal, really easy to deal with. Like, just call her. She for sure will make that
She
happen.
becomes like your best friend. I mean, she will take care of you, make sure that you're on the trip that you want to do. She, get you the bunks you want, the room. If you're single, you get a roommate that's compatible, that kind of stuff. She knows the ins and outs of that business like no one else.
Yeah, and she's got a cell phone, that she can answer, and that number is 619-385-1127, and that's just her line. But you can also call the office at 619-226-8030 and talk to her.
Or Jen at shogunsportfishing.com if you want to email her.
Yeah.
It's always a good way to get a hold of her. Yeah, for sure. Hey,
I had a great text come through here, and it was Captain Rene, I'm going on a 3-day trip, and my question is about tackle. I've seen some of the guys going on long-range trips, and it seems like the entire dock cart is full. I want to bring the appropriate amount, but not too much. Can you run over what are the 3 most important outfits that I need to have coming fishing this year on a 3-day on the Shogun?
A 3-day, I would definitely have some sort of like a 40 to 60 pound fly line set up. If the fish are biting during the day, somewhere around that neck of the woods. And definitely some sort of a heavy setup with a big enough reel that you can catch 100+ pound fish on. You can use.
It could happen.
You could use either one of those two, or some sort of a yo-yo jig, just in case we do go yellowtail fishing. But anywhere from 30 to 60 pound fly line, you can bring a couple of those rods, and you can use your heavy setup for nighttime fishing, and you can transfer it over to a sinker rig during the day if we're fishing those big ones on the sinker rigs.
I like it. Well said. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing on the San Diego. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, as well as 97.3 The Fan.
I believe there is no doubt that the finest sport fishing in the world starts right here in San Diego. This is Captain Frank Lopresti. Our fleet of long-range boats and crew are unmatched, and the Royal Polaris and Shogun are right at the top of the list. Captain Jonathan Yamati and his crew aboard the Royal Polaris are considered to be the finest long-range vessel in the world. From summer bluefin, yellowtail, and wahoo to giant yellowfin tuna, our record is unmatched. The Shogun, under the direction of Captain Rene Montegudo, has become one of the most popular long-range boats in the fleet. This big, wide, solid riding vessel has gained a reputation for catching fish and treating their customers to an epic vacation on the water. I am so proud of Jonathan, Rene, and the crews on both the Royal Polaris and Shogun, as they have helped me keep the reputation of the premier vessels in the long-range fleet. Come see for yourself. Book a trip on the Royal Polaris or Shogun today. Check RoyalPolarisSportFishing.com or ShogunSportFishing.com, or call Monica or Jen in the office at 619-226-8030.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Our batteries deliver unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power, packed with cutting-edge technology like Deep Sleep to eliminate phantom draw. Built with rugged BCI-compliant cases, they're designed to handle the toughest conditions on the water. Stay in control with the Norsk Guardian app. Monitor performance, track battery health, and unlock advanced features right from your phone. Charge with confidence using Evotech onboard and DC-to-DC chargers for fast, efficient, and hassle-free power management. Designed for maximum compatibility, these chargers keep your entire system running at peak performance, so you're always ready for the next trip. With a 10-plus 2-year non-prorated warranty, you can trust your batteries to perform for years to come. Our industry-leading warranty ensures you get the most out of your investment. With dedicated customer support if you ever need it. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your custom system at NorskLithium.com or visit Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood. Norsk Lithium. No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered.
Everything about Katmai Lodge is first rate, and it should be on the bucket list of everyone who enjoys fishing. This is Brandon Bono. My visit to Katmai Lodge is an experience I will never forget. Constructed on the banks of the Alagnak River in Katmai National Park, the lodge is a fishing dream come true. The experience is incomparable. Whether bait casting, spin, or fly fishing, you'll find king, sockeye, chum, coho, and pink salmon, plus trout, grayling, char, and dolly varden. Their guides are amazing. Days are exciting and fun with hot lunches and snacks served on the river. The brown bears, bald eagles, beaver, otters, and other wildlife you see is amazing. The lodge staff is great. There's complimentary wine, beer, and appetizers before a fantastic dinner every evening. Take it from me, a trip to Katmai Lodge should be on your list. For information, visit katmai.com or call 1-800-330-0326. Once again, that's Katmai Lodge, KATMAI.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. All right, we're going to have Renee do us the honors and flip the prize coin here. We'll see if we have a caller or a texter winning today.
Go for it.
Do it.
All right.
Hey, well done. Today we have a texter. Congratulations, Joe in La Mesa. You are going fishing on board the San Diego. Congratulations, man. You're going to have a great time.
All right. Well, Renee, if somebody wants to come fishing with you aboard the Shogun, how do we do that?
We can either do it through the internet, shogunsportfishing.com, or call Jen. We can call Jen at the office,
619-226-8030,
or
shogunsportfishing.com.
Yep.
You can book right online, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Book it online.
I love fishing with you guys, man. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, keep
really,
really
really
working.
fun,
Spots
Renee.
available, and going to be a great season, and Happy New Year to you, and good luck with all the maintenance.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year to you guys, too. Thanks for having us.
New generator. Man, lots of power.
Yeah, lots of power.
Hey, thanks to all of you out there. Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks to Kyle and, of course, Adam, who does everything on the app. Thanks to all of you, and a happy New Year. Be safe and happy. We'll see you next year, next Saturday. Matt Shanley from Cal-Tip will be here. Then next Sunday, watch out, Captain Joel Ralston will be here. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week, next year, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, 97.3 The Fan, and Facebook and YouTube Live.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Mason Miller.
103 up and out.